Aloha, this is the Travelin' Bee, and we're traveling back in time to last year's partial lunar eclipse. Today is May 15th. It is the night that we are supposed to be able to see a partial lunar eclipse. We are here at Kekauhale o PāʻUlaʻUla. And I'm gonna this is woohoo. That is the island of Ni'ihau, off to Kauai's northwest side. In between Kauai and Ni'ihau is the Kaulakahi Channel. And sticking up out of the water is a small islet that we call Lehua. It is just the top of a summit of a dormant old volcano, as Kauai and Ni'ihau probably used to be part of the same island. We are 4.5 to 5 million years old. This is the housing complex as well as the religious complex of Kauai Kingdom, which included the island of Ni'ihau. And there we have a better look. Now on Ni'ihau, it's on the leeward side of the island of Kauai, which means it doesn't get very much rain. It was purchased by Elizabeth Sinclair, the missionary family from the UK. And they wanted to keep it as a sheep ranch island. And today the descendants of Elizabeth Sinclair are the Robinson family. Kauai and Ni'ihau were part of the same kingdom because we are 100 miles away from the nearest island, which is Oahu, which is where Honolulu is located. And Kauai was never conquered by force. Kauai was incorporated into the Hawaiian island kingdom after a lot of political mayhem happened, which would have included marriage to other ali'i or chiefs from other islands so that you can make land ties with the other islands and have ties to the land. Now today we're supposed to be experiencing a lunar eclipse. We will only see the last half of it, but I am on the west side. What better place to see close to the summer solstice? This is going to be the place to be. There are many chants that are written about the summer solstice and Kauai and the many valleys that take place along the Napali coast, which means cliffs coast. It is the inaccessible area to our island, which you can only get by hiking, jet ski or boat, or you can see by helicopter. But it's a jagged cliff coastline with many steep valleys and big rivers. Enjoy this spectacular sunset. And what a clear and beautiful view of the island of Ni'ihau Kahelelani. Now the Ni'ihau community is well known for their Ni'ihau shell lays. And those are just small Kahelelani shells that's what we call them here in Hawaii. They can be really found on many islands, especially here on Kauai. However, the people of Ni'ihau are skilled at making shell lei that can cost upwards of $10,000. It takes a long time to collect enough of those shells, and you have to be they're very fragile, so you have to be able to know how to put a hole in them and how to string them to make earrings, lei. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to move a little closer, and it might be quiet. You're looking here. Let me just turn around here so I can give you a panoramic view. We're on the side of the island where Waimea Canyon is. So as Mark Twain coined the phrase, the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. So we're giving you a panoramic view here. Now a little bit of history, because that's what's going on with the ceremony we're doing. The Russian General George Schaefer came here, and they built a wall, like 35 guys. So they called this Fort Elizabeth Russian Fort, but really it was the home of this king, King PāʻUlaʻUla. It was his kauhale, which is a housing complex where you would have various houses, including his place of worship or religious complex. And so, because we are trying to restore things back to their native names and provide natural landscaping, the King PāʻUlaʻUla nonprofit organization, Friends of King PāʻUlaʻUla, brought this to fruition. So what we have planted here are a number of plants that are grown on the leeward or dry sides of the islands. We have a lolu here, which is the fan palm. We have ilima, which is a crawling plant that has a small yellow flower. Over here we have naupaka kahakai, which means the naupaka that grows at the ocean. It only produces half a flower, because the story is that two people were in love. They were separated, one in the ocean and one up at the mountains. So we actually have a naupaka kuahiwi, which means mountain naupaka. It only grows half a flower. And it's said when the two halves of the flower are brought together that the lovers are again joined. So the plants don't just have some significance with where they grow. There are stories. It's an altar, a shrine, if you will. That's the lunar eclipse and the moon coming up. This is the Travelin' Bee saying mahalo nui loa to you for joining me on this lunar eclipse adventure. Until the next time, ahui ho and aloha. Feeling extra astral after this lunar eclipse? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the lunar eclipse with friends and family.